Hi, I'm Ros Moatz, and I'm here to share the readings for Sunday, July 30th. The first lesson comes to us from 1 Kings chapter 3, verses 5 to 12. Because Solomon did not ask for long life, riches, or the defeat of his enemies, God gave him what he did ask for: wisdom to govern the people well. Solomon, who was only 12 years old when he became king, knew that he did not understand or know what was expected of him or what his own needs were. How was he to rule over God's people? So he humbles himself, making a simple request, not asking for anything for himself, but asking that his true needs be met. He asked God to provide him with the ability to discern what God's will was for him as the ruler. I believe that God asks us to make that same request daily. What is God's will for our lives? The second lesson comes to us from Romans chapter 8, verses 26 to 39. These words celebrate the depth of God's action for us. Through Christ's death for us, the activity of the Spirit praying for us, we are fused to God's love poured out on Jesus Christ. Nothing, not even death itself, is able to separate us from such an incredible divine love. Jesus made a promise that he would send another in his place, and he did, the Holy Spirit. We're filled with the Holy Spirit, and I believe that he, along with the Father and the Son Jesus, wait daily for us. He prays on our behalf. He intercedes in a language that only God knows, and he knows God's will for us, and he goes to God on our behalf. We are invited and chosen to be part of God's family. It provides us with the reality that God is the foundation of our future, and that nothing can withstand his power. It allows us to overcome all of our fears, doubts, and insecurities. God is for us. God is on our side. This is the story of God's love. It is the story written for us as God's sons and daughters. The gospel lesson comes to us from Matthew chapter 13, verses 31 to 33 and 44 to 52. Throughout Matthew's gospel, Jesus and his disciples proclaim the good news that the kingdom of heaven is near. Here, Jesus offers several parables that explore the implications of this announcement for people's lives. These parables were to provoke us to look beyond what we can see. The mustard seed and the yeast represent things with small beginnings, and yet show us the power of God's actions. The hidden treasure parable talks about objects of great value and the commitment following Jesus was going to mean to the disciples. We expect big things from cathedrals or mega churches, but these parables expose that the real kingdom and its power can be found in the very smallest of things and the humblest places, and possibly from those that seem the very least likely. Those that don't seem to have anything of value to offer. A cup of cold water for someone who's thirsty. Even as an example of our own St. John's ministry, a hot meal offered free out our own back door, or to go and visit a shut-in. Don't underestimate that you can be used by the power that Jesus has given us to make a difference in somebody else's life, even in the simplest and most unassuming way. I hope this has been helpful, and I look forward to seeing you on Sunday. Be blessed.